No. Look there. Look. Look at you. Thank you. Hi there. Long time no chat. I guess if you've been kind of following me for a while, you'll know that I've released a video every month. Like a monthly Plan With Me video since like March of 2018. So it was very unusual for me to not release this July footage at the time, and further not put up an August video around the last 10 days of July. As I'm talking to you right now, I literally just finished recording footage for my August setup. It's not very good footage, so this isn't gonna be like a traditional kind of like plan with me. I'm making air quotes, by the way, as you might be used to, because I don't know, at this point to me that doesn't make sense, because I feel like I've kind of missed the mark, skipped the point in time where that would have been valuable. And I also have 2 months worth of images of me putting my bullet journal together to get through, so you know, I don't know, it doesn't make sense to me at this point, and also I don't want to. Instead, I want to kind of talk about creativity, specifically mine, but also just in general, in kind of a general, use the word general a lot, in kind of like a more unfocused way to what I usually do, where I'm just like, and this is my bullet journal and this is how it relates to what's happening in the month. But basically, I don't know, in June, as you'll know, I did kind of one video a day for half the month, and I think it was a really valuable exercise because it taught me that doing a systematic approach like that to kind of releasing content and talking about life and creativity can be great to get your feet under you, but it's also kind of limiting. Basically, I never like edited and voiced over this July video because my creative wires were like really way super duper crossed, and I was having a tough time doing anything. As you know, if you've like listened to me ramble before, I have so many creative pursuits that I love and enjoy, and kind of a big thing for me for that is like being able to release those on the internet or whatever, and so as a result I've kind of fallen behind on the ideas that really excite me, such as like more in-depth illustrations and paintings, and well, my novel. And I was having trouble because for a while those had definitely fallen by the wayside in the interest of, you know, creating content for my Instagram and YouTube and releasing designs in my Etsy shop, which I love. But I was kind of reminded of something that my mom said to me, not about creativity, funnily enough, but about like work-life balance and what it means to be a parent and be working. and have this great career and everything. And she said, you can have it all, but you might not be able to have it all at once. And I was trying to have it all at once and ending up surprised when some of the things that were the most important to me like weren't working. And after a while, it just became kind of an unsustainable pattern. And like I said, my wires were crossed, and ideas and thoughts and experiences that would have previously prompted me to turn to my bullet journal were turning me to painting or writing, and ideas that would have prompted me to create more sticker sheets were turning me towards like knitting, and ideas that would have prompted me to write were turning me towards writing with this kind of unstoppable gravity. And so in July, I decided I was just gonna kind of let the video go, because I was just having this desire to write. A little bit of background about that. I've been working on a novel for the past 4 years now, and it's gone through so many changes. It's gotten so much better, and I've completed 3 drafts, which got more and more cohesive as I went through until the 3rd draft, which was like a fully fledged story that just needed some rewrites. And towards the end of June, I realized that I just needed to get back on that horse. And I realized that in order to do that, I would have to make space in my life. And since being at home, quarantining with my family, I've been helping out a lot, and my family's been relying on me, and I realized that whereas in the past I might have taken that space from another area of my life, such as family time or like things I was doing at school, I realized that this time, in order for this to truly work, I would have to take that space away from kind of my Hellorachelthefirst brand, as it were. It's weird to say it like that because I feel like it's not a brand, but it kind of is because it's across platforms and stuff. And at the same time that I was thinking about this, as I was creating those daily YouTube videos, I was also beginning to have kind of a crisis of faith because I was noticing some of my numbers, I'm doing air quotes again, dropping. And I'd always kind of considered myself the kind of person that didn't care so much about that. Like, I know that's what you're supposed to say, but like I really had tended to just kind of put stuff out into the world and let people interact with it as they saw fit. But then as I was doing this project where it was so much work every day, and I was noticing, engagement decreasing, I just began to wonder, like, why am I even doing this? Why am I doing this? And it made sense. It's hard to, keep putting out things into the world for other people that, it seems like they're not, getting as much out of as they used to. And I think that that's kind of like something about bullet journaling as a whole that is true for a lot of people, not just me. Back when I started, and even before that, even before I knew about it, it was like, this new art form, new like way of recording and interacting with your life and everything. And that was really exciting. And so we were all kind of ravenously eating up material that there wasn't that much of. So you were, like just gobbling it up. You were. I don't know. It is kind of, to me, the way that I see it now is it's just kind of a supply and demand thing. There's so much of it now. There's so much bullet journal content that I feel like people are less excited about, finding an account like mine. Because there's so many that are just like it. And it just kind of like made me like, what am I really bringing to this? Kind of. I think that like having an artistic style is one thing. And I've always tried to offer you guys a little more. I don't know, I just kind of like to have something to give you with my video, with what I talk about, with, it's kind of always been a way for me of like interacting with life. So I try to draw some connections to life and say, this is why I'm doing this. And I don't know, offer some sort of like philosophical perspective on this kind of practice that can be more mindful, or it can be more practical. And then you wonder, is the mindfulness practical? Is the practicality mindful? And I was, kind of not wavering, just, fluctuating between where I fell on what bullet journaling meant to me. And I think that bullet journaling still means a lot to me, but I'm a little unsure now what the practice of sharing my bullet journaling means to me, if that makes sense. And I think a lot of people have felt that way. I know that there's some people who are still not growing. They're not growing as people. Maybe they are, but their like followings are growing, and they're building a business off of this. And I've been able to do that too, to some degree. It's always been a small, kind of intimate community of people who have, been there for me and been excited about the things that I create and the things that I kind of offer by making all this content and things. But, and I don't want to make it sound like that's not enough, because it is. It's incredible to have all you wonderful people kind of here at my back and, with ears and eyes open, wanting to know what I have to say. I'm still sometimes overcome by how incredible that is, honestly, to have so many people that will listen to me. So many hours and hours and hours of having my videos played on YouTube. It is really mind-boggling. But I also think that to continue the way that I have been is a little inauthentic, and I don't think that by doing that I'm doing a service to you all. I don't think that I'm doing kind of what I set out to do by starting this channel, starting my Instagram, whatever, because I think that, what I've always tried to do is, like I said, to offer you something, some sort of meditation on like what art is, what life is, to kind of that grand degree that it makes it sound like by using those words, but also to the degree that I'm like, just kind of just talking about whatever's, coming out of my butt here. That didn't come out right, but you know what I mean, I hope. And I think that as a person who kind of feels this call to like express myself to the world, I'm finding right now that I'm kind of feeling the draw to do that in a different way, which I've used a lot of not concrete language to say what I'm saying here. But what I'm saying is that I think that from here on out, I think that the content that I put up on here, my YouTube and on my Instagram, might end up being like a little bit different. And I hope that that's okay with you guys. I hope that you still like enjoy that and want to spend this time with me, but I also like understand if you're here just for the stuff, just for the bullet journal stuff, because I know that that is something that people still do, but it doesn't feel totally true to kind of my just the reasons that I'm doing this, if that makes sense. So I think I'm going to still, you know, create videos here on this YouTube, but I think that I'm going to have them follow me as I kind of explore what it means to be creative in a broader sense. And as such, I think, well, maybe I'll intersplice some of the footage here, but I've taken videos of kind of my writing process. Some of the knitting projects I've been working on, I kind of like watching people's hands work with, you know, fiber. And I'm closing my Etsy shop for the foreseeable future. And I hope that when I reopen, it'll be like in a way that feels a little more authentic than how I've been conducting it so far. Not that it's not authentic, it's just I feel like I've been doing all the same style, and I'm ready to like branch out a little more and explore my creativity in these next few months before I come back to it. I'm hoping to reopen kind of around the holiday season, but for right now, I guess I'll plug this. I have a little 25% off sale that's going to go until either I sell out my stock or until I have to move back up to school, whichever comes first. So if you, I guess what I should say here is if you would like anything that I have up for sale on my Etsy right now, now is the time, because I can't guarantee that I'll, you know, be restocking the same stuff when it does open up again in November or December, most likely. But I also think that that's kind of some of the excitement. I think that this is, and also still, images of my bullet journaling practice, because I don't intend to stop that. I just don't think that it's authentic for that to like exist in a vacuum when it's maybe not as all-encompassing to me as it once was. And I've always loved how these videos for me, I can go back and they're kind of just a diary of like snapshots of different points in my life, and I can listen to my younger self like just talking about whatever. And I want to continue that, just so that I can have that as a record, but also so that I can share with you, my viewers, my subscribers, my people, and my friends, so that I can show you kind of all those facets of what life and creativity is. So yeah, I have some video footage of my writing process, and I kind of want to, you know, make maybe a video about that, because it's something that I've referenced in these previous videos quite a few times, but never really elaborated, you know, talking face to face or watching me do it. I've never like elaborated on what that is and what that means to me. And that's something that I'd really like to share and also record just for myself. for future Rachel to be able to like laugh at and be like, poof, you don't know anything. Because I think that's kind of some of the fun of growing up. I might, if I can find it, I have a clip of a voiceover that I recorded kind of as like an audio diary way back at the beginning of the summer, before June even started, where I talk about this, I think, a little more eloquently. You know, I'm honored that you're all here. There's so many places you can spend your time on the internet, and I'm really happy that you're here with me. I kind of see this platform that I have here on YouTube, and somewhat, maybe a little less, on Instagram. I kind of view this thing that I've built as more than a bullet journal account. I love my bullet journal as a way of framing my life. Cora's barking. But I think that I try to go a little deeper than that visual surface level with my musings and thoughts on living the life that I'm living, that I know parallels so many of yours. And I think I'm even happier about that than I am about the fact that you're, you know, resonating with my art, is the fact that you're resonating with like human experience that we share. Yeah. And another thing that I wanted to say is that in this time, I feel like I started from a place of being like a little bit broken and kind of wanting to comfort myself with whatever like little rituals I could, and whatever I could find to like kind of brighten up my life. But now, I just thought that I would like offer this thought to you guys that I've had, which is that like those little things that we do to make our lives more beautiful are like incredibly touching and important for us as human beings, and like help us feel good, feel safe, feel comforted. But now that like I've done that and I've found that there's more, I think that there's more to it, and I think that there is something out there for all of us that only you, or I, in my case, I guess, can do. And kind of as I move forward in my life, I'm trying to like figure out what that is. And I guess I'll kind of try to like talk about this more, because I think that this is like the way that I'm framing this point in my life, is like I'm trying to figure out what it is that I can make, I can do, I can create, not just for the purpose of like making a living, but like also to do something in the world. And to do this thing that only I can do. Looking inside and figuring out what it is that makes me me, and how I can channel that somehow and do something amazing. I hope. Yeah. I'm going to be amazing. You're going to be amazing. even in this time of like pause and reflection, I know that there is just this unstoppable fire of people with ideas that will like continue to carry us forward and make sure that at this time when like we have to come to terms with our mortality almost, I mean, and morality, I guess, that it's all for some purpose. It's all for something. That's what I believe. And that's what I wanted to say to you. All right. I think that is enough for tonight. I love you, and I hope that you and your loved ones are safe and healthy, or if they're not, that there's still something about the situation that is okay. And if not that, then someday there will be. Okay, bye.